Morning, everybody. So, I did some repairs in the truck yesterday. Had a broken leaf spring. I knew I had at least one or two bad shocks in the back. Turned out to be one. The other one was basically shot. The second one. The fronts don't know anything about, but you can feel the floatiness in the suspension a bit, but the front still settled down, unlike the back, like the bounce. So for replacement we went with the Rancho quick strut leveling struts for the front. Those are a Rancho 9000 series shock, so they have a 1 to 9 dampening adjustment, and I did the same thing on the back to match the shocks. They're a 0 to 3 lift or support, whatever. There's a 1-inch lift block in the back, and when you look at it, the 0 to 3, I'm only using a couple inches of that shock. So that being said, we had a little issue with one of the shocks. I unboxed it and was getting it ready and unlocked the thing, and to extend the length of it or whatever. And shipping, they're like compressed and twist and locked like a smaller packaging. So had an issue with that one. Ended up taking an oil bath. Hey, at least I don't need air product today, and this is why. Blew the cap rate clean off. In short, so I was able to get a replacement yesterday for it, so I was able to at least carry on. Replaced one of the leaves in the back because I had a broken leaf. So I was tinkering a bit last night on the way home with the settings. So I was trying to find a happy medium. I think I'm sitting around, I think it's 6 on the front and 5 in the rear. 6 in the back. Got too springy, like too much rebound. Just boom, bounce up a bit. So I might be on a 4. No, I think it's a 5 in the back and 6 in the front. It might be 7 and 6. Can't remember. Something like that. The only downfalls, like, so far, like, I put some miles on them, but right out of the gate, some of the issues I found, the adjuster is not labeled. Like, there's little numbers on the dial, but you really hard to see them. There was that, and the clicks, the positiveness in the clicks. You get to a certain number, and it'd be like super easy to turn. You can go to say another number when you're stiffening up, it'd be really firm. Then you can go to the next one, and it'd be fairly pretty easy to turn again. So there's definitely a little bit of inconsistencies there. Other than that, everything went super easy. Especially those front struts actually went way easier than I expected. Didn't have to disconnect the upper control arm. Didn't have to do anything with the axle shaft. Left everything in. All I did was the 2 bolts underneath. The ones I had a shim in there. I think it was about 1/4 inch shim. And then the top had about a 3/4 inch spacer for the level kit that came in this truck. So when we did the measurements, one sec here to find them. So originally on the passenger's front, we started out at 39 inches. That was the fender off the floor. The driver's side was 39 1/4. The passenger's rear was 38 1/2, and the driver's rear was 39 1/8. So take for granted on the driver's side, the leaf was also broken. So the middle leaf was apparently common. It's kind of odd that the broken leaf was actually taller, but maybe the position of it, I don't know. Anyways, and we ended up with, in the front passenger side with the quick struts now, are 39. driver's was 38.7/8. And both rear left and right, like passenger and driver, both 39 inches. So it's in a lot more level than what it was. Before it was kind of nosed up a little bit. I like the ride of these trucks and these shocks. I'm going down a semi-bumpy road here. It's not really known for being smooth. It's paved. But I like the stock type of springs in these things because they offer a smooth ride on these trucks. It's I guess I should have said at the beginning, this is an 09 Silverado LT. That being said, so it's loaded. It's pretty close to it. So I'm sure it's a little heavier than a vehicle that has fabric seats or fabric covered seats. But all things considered, I really wish these trucks would have came with a heavier leaf pack in the back. So when I put a couple 100 pounds in the box, you can see it starts to squat a bit. That's also the downside to having softer springs. So, was it in a couple weeks, I gotta go drop a boat off in the next province over. So I'll get some highway time on these, and through the week I probably only end up putting maybe 150 kilometers maybe, if I just for working back all week. So not very much, so they won't have much time to do their thing and kind of break in. So we'll, as long as I remember to, we'll touch back on this subject when I get a couple thousand kilometers or something on them and let them cycle and do their thing a bit. So we'll check back and see what the status report is. Have a good day.